Hi, my name is Dan Simons. It's really nice to have the chance to be here today on George Talks Business in this special mini series. I just want to share a few of my thoughts. I'm a restaurateur, and pre-COVID world, I had 7 restaurants and a distillery and over 1,000 employees. And March 16th was a tough day. We laid off 1,100 people, shrunk down to a skeleton crew. But I think everybody knows the stories of it's tough out there, and there's some awful stories and some scary stories. And so, what I wanted to do today was have the chance to share just some of the lessons that I'm learning, not as advice because everybody's on their own journey, but just to share what I'm learning and what's working for me, and if that's helpful, great. So, when I think about just distilling it down into a couple of points that what has worked for me, first is I wake up each morning and I acknowledge the fear and I acknowledge my own anxiety and I recognize kind of the emotions going through me. And then I compartmentalize that, I put it in a box, and I let myself draw my motivation from that. So I know that stuff could eat me alive, but instead I just acknowledge it. I try to get my arms around it and I use it as my fuel. Um, Another thing that is working for me is to really pay twice the amount of attention to the mental health of my team and all of my coworkers than I did pre-COVID. And mental health has always been a topic that I advocate on in the workplace and talk a lot about. And it's just simply more important than ever. Everybody on my team has all of the anxieties and struggles and challenges of life that they had before, and now add on the COVID anxieties, which cross all sorts of bounds. And so I remind myself to just really increase our level of awareness and my attention on how folks around me are feeling. I've also really accepted that I can either, run or I can fight. And so I have been choosing to lean into it and take that as, here's the struggle. And so therefore that's the motivation. And it's a choice. Like, I didn't choose this COVID world for my team or my business or anybody else. But here I am. And so I know that I need to find the motivation to deal with this hand that I and everybody else has been dealt. And then maybe one other thing that is valuable for me to think of is that I have to practice blowing up a lot of my paradigms of how I did business or how I processed something or the construct of what would work or what wouldn't or risk tolerance. I'm now with the pivot with changing from being just a restaurant company to being a market and grocery and needing to meet our customers where they are. I've had to throw a lot of my construct of how quickly we could do things, what would work, what wouldn't, risk out the window. And so for me, it's a new thought process, a new paradigm, much faster, rapid prototyping. And those are some of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis. It's clear to me that the amount of human and financial destruction out there, the fear, the low odds of success for a business like mine, those things aren't actually what's going to determine whether or not my company and my team succeeds. So I'm setting aside the low odds and I'm saying, you know what works? Culture, effort, mission, people, passion, a new way of thinking. And that's why for us so far, we went from founding farmers to, as a restaurant company, to founding farmersmarket.com with an e-commerce platform and contactless placement, payment, and delivery to the curb or delivery to the home. So we'll keep meeting our customers wherever they are. I think the way we can all help is find a way to just go out there online, in person, from far away, and say something nice to somebody today. I know it means a lot to my team and my staff when they hear positive feedback. So I hope this is helpful for you, and thanks again to GW for the chance to share my thoughts.